security policy is software security policy. Dear students, this policy has to do with the softwares installed in the user computer and what they should have. Some of the key points of this policy are: number 1, software of the company should not be given to the third parties. Only the white list of software should be allowed. No other software should be installed in the computers. Various and pirated software should not be allowed. Dear students, to create or update any of the mentioned policy within any given organization, some privacy guidelines are essential to keep in mind. For example, tell the employee what information you collect, why you need the information, and how the information will be utilized. Limit the collection of information to what you actually need and collect it by fair and lawful means. Also, we must inform employees to potential collection of information, the use of this information, and disclosure of personal information. Always keep personal information accurate, complete, and up to date. Provide employees access to their personal information the organization has in its possession. Keep any personal information secure without exception. Be aware of local laws and official requirements regarding any personal or organizational information. There are three general methods which can be used to implement such type of policies. These methods are: access control list, means security policies can be implemented through access control list. It can be implemented through access control matrix, or it can be implemented through some rules, configuration rules. Now we will look at these three methods one by one. Access control list is a set of permissions attached to an object. It specifies which subject may access the object and what operation they can perform. Here I want to clear the term subject and object. Subject is a user and the object is a resource which is being used by that user. Okay, so when a subject requires to perform an operation, system checks ACLs for an approved entry. Either the subject is allowed to perform that operation. In short, ACLs can control access to file storage system, software components, or network communication devices. ACLs usually viewed in the operating system files. Each entry in the ACL table is called access control entry. While discussing ACLs, we have another term which should be discussed right now, and that is capability table. A capability table specifies which subject and object users or groups can access. In some systems, these capability tables are called user profiles or user policies. These specifications frequently take the form of complex matrix rather than simple list or table, and that complex matrix is known as access control matrix, which will be discussed in the next slide. Access control matrix is actually the combination of capability tables and ACLs. As you can see on the slide, we have a table where the columns of the table represents ACLs and the rows of the table represents capability tables, and the combination of ACLs and capability tables creates an access control matrix. Dear students, in first column we have a header subject mean users. So here are some users given in the table and some files. In the next 4 columns we have some files. So the rights of each user is mentioned in this table. For example, Larry is a user of a system, so she is allowed to read only a file 1. As far as file 1 is concerned, so Larry will just read the file 1. She is not allowed to do any changes in that file. She is not allowed to add or remove any text from that file 1. As far as file 2 is concerned, she is allowed to read and write. It means Larry can read the file 2 and she can add some extra text in that file 2. Again in file 3 she is allowed to read only that file 3, while in file 4 she is allowed to do the reading and writing both, but she is not allowed to do any kind of deletion in that file 4. If we can see, Curly is given full access to file 3. So full access means Curly can do read, write and delete operation on file 3, while Curly has not given any access to file 2. So this is a access control matrix. Dear students, the next method to implement security policy is configuration rule, or it may also be known as configuration rule policies. In configuration rule policies, specific instructions are given that governs how a security system reacts to the data it receives. Rule-based policies are most specific to the operation of a system than ACLs or ACMs, and they may or may not deal with users directly. Many security systems, for example firewalls, intrusion detection and prevention systems, and proxy servers, use specific configuration scripts or rules that represents the configuration rule policy to determine how the system handles each data element they process. Dear students, this was all about information security policies. At the end, I will say thanks for listening me. If you have any query or any question, put it on the KCMS. I will try my level best to resolve your queries. Thank you. Have a nice day. Allah Hafiz.